Hi, Professor Bridget Brown and fellow classmates. My name is Kerrington Johnston, and this is my assignment, Love and Sex in the Media. Today, I will be exploring how Soren Kierkegaard's philosophy of love connects to the movie The Change-Up, featuring Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. So today, we will be focusing on how Kierkegaard mocked the notion that one could never fuse romantic love with marriage. He did not believe that one could have passion and sex, while at the same time children, stability, and routine. Though he respected both, he just could not believe they could happen at the same time. And the movie The Change-Up represents this notion. The premise of the movie is that Mitch and Dave were once inseparable pals, and they later reconnect. Dave is an overworked lawyer and family man, while Mitch has avoided most of the normal responsibilities of adulthood. Each are envious of each other's lives, and following a night out drinking together, they wake up and find out they have switched bodies and their wishes came true. They then realize they are not happy with each other's lifestyles, and they try to figure out a way to return to their previous lives. So here's just a clip of when Mitch and Dave try to explain to Dave's wife what happened.
I'm not Mitch.
What?
I'm Mitch.
He's Mitch.
I'm Mitch. Somehow we switched bodies. That's
And I'm Dave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see what happened was we pissed in a magic fountain. And then the next day it disappeared.
They moved the
and then,
fountain
and then they
somehow.
moved
We're
it somewhere,
looking
I don't
for
know.
it.
And then when they find it, we're going to switch back.
We had to pee because we were drinking.
We were drinking.
That sounds like a plan. Can you start the bath for the twins?
Okay, hey, Pumpkin, listen, this is
Ooh, Mitch, no. Ugh, no. Don't call me Pumpkin, okay? And you promised me that you would clean
Can you
out
shut this
the
off?
All right. So you may be wondering, how does this film relate to Soren Kierkegaard's philosophy of love? Well, this can relate to one of Kierkegaard's quotes. Marry and you will regret it. Don't marry and you will also regret it. Marry or don't marry, you will regret it either way. In this film situation, the premise is exactly that. They both regretted choosing being a family man and a single man, but they also regretted changing lives. Kierkegaard systematically objects the foundation of modern life, such as our faith in our family, our trust in our work, and our attachment to love. He quotes, "We all come into the world crying. As I grew up, I opened my eyes and saw the real world, and I began to laugh, and I haven't stopped since." He saw that the goal of life was to get a job to be a high court judge, and that the brightest joy of love was to marry a well-off girl, and that wisdom was what the majority said it was, and that passion was to give a speech, and courage was to be risked being fined $10, and that friendliness was to say you're welcome after a meal, and that fear of God was to go to communion every year. This is what Soren Kierkegaard viewed what life was, and this is what he laughed at. And this notion can also be connected to the movie The Change-Up, where Mitch believes this notion as well. He thinks Dave has his life set out for him because he has a successful job being a lawyer, he is married, and he has a nice house with kids, unlike himself. It is also important to note that even though Dave had all of these things, at the beginning of the film, he was still not happy. And this just justifies Kierkegaard's previous quote, "If you marry, you will regret it. If you do not marry, you will also regret it. If you marry or do not marry, you will regret both." So this also brings up a moral issue-question I have. So do Mitch and Dave want their old lifestyles back because they were happy? Or are they just a little less miserable with their previous lives than each other's? Thank you very much. And here are my references.